There was a rich family who went for camping in the mountains. The lady daughter wanted to explore inside the forest by taking a stroll alone without her bodyguards for some reason. She completely enjoyed the scenery in the forest and felt so refreshed until a big tiger appeared. She screamed and called her bodyguards while running. But no one appeared and the tiger was following her in fast motion until she reached in the dead end with a high cliff. As the tiger is still following her, she don't have any choice aside from jumping off the cliff. One night, a guy who lived in the forest found her unconscious after she jumped from the cliff. He brought her in his house and he treated her wounds. While the lady family kept on looking for her, they decided to call the army to search the area. They have been searching night and day, but she is nowhere to be found. The lady is living alone with her father in her life since his mother left them. Her father married another woman, which is her stepmom. But they don't have a good relation in each other. It has been a week since they searched the location, but they could not find her. While Alaya is recuperating, she kept being silent and not talking to the family and to the guy who saved her. When her wounds healed, she saw the family carrying a lot of woods. Alaya went to her room in a very sad face. And there, she tried to remember everything, but nothing came in her mind. She checked her belongings, but there's nothing left with her aside from her clothes. She started being depressed and crying day and night. They heard her crying every day and they tried to comfort her. One morning, Bert knocked on her room and took her out on the wood. There he showed the place where he found her. But still Alaya cannot remember anything. She's always silent and kept trying to remember everything. It has been a month when she lived with them. The family noticed her nice appearance. She has very soft hands and she don't know any household task. But she kept learning and adjusted all the hard work. She wanted to remember everything, that is why she's eager to do many things. While Alaya's father didn't stop the search operations, Selva is always coming with him in the forest. Fred saw a small house in the forest and wanted to go there, but Silva stopped him and took him home. Silva told him that it was empty and nobody lives aside from animals. Fred kept on believing her and listened to her. Fred planned to call a meeting for all the residents on that area where her daughter disappeared and he set the date. One morning, Bert went out to get more woods to sell. And only Alaya and his mother and 4 siblings were at home. Alaya stayed in the kitchen and Mrs. C is outside. She was preparing the woods to sell as the buyer will come on that day. And Alaya was cooking their meals with a mess on her face and her dress. The buyer came with one lady who owned a luxury car. It was Selva, Alaya's stepmom. She looked around her house and gave them double money for the woods, and Mrs. C was confused and asked her why she paid double. Silva told them to leave the place right away. But Mrs. C was confused on what is the reason and she wants to know the reason. Silva didn't listen to her and turned her back and about to leave. But Mrs. C ran after her and held her arms. And Silva raised her hand and slapped her face. Mrs. C will not leave unless the owner of that land tell them to leave. But Silva told them that she was the wife of that owner. But Mrs. C didn't believe her and said that they will not leave. Again, Silva was about to slap her on the other side of her face, but Alaya held her hand and she stopped her. Yes, they met each other, but only Silva knew about her and Alaya could not recognize her. She was the one as well who put the tiger on the woods to scare her, and so she cannot come back. She knew it alone that Alaya was alive and lost her memory. She planted many men in that area to spy on Alaya's actions. When Fred decided to call the meeting on all residents on that area, she panicked. If Fred will find Alaya on that area, and all of her ambition will go to waste. Alaya stared at Silva like she knew her a long time, but she cannot remember anything. Silva threatened them, so they didn't have choice and they left that area. They lived far away, and one morning, Alaya went to the river to wash her clothes and accidentally slipped on the rocks and hit her head. She was unconscious for 2 days, and when she woke up, she remembered everything, and she also remembered her stepmom, whom she met and pushed him away. Alaya knew it that her stepmom will do harm to her, as she was very greedy for power and wealth. Alaya heard the news that her father is sick, and so she went to their house in disguise as a delivery lady to talk to him privately and to tell the truth. She met her father and they both cried and hugged each other. Fred didn't expect to meet her daughter, but Fred planned to surprise Silva on the shareholders meeting regarding his will of property, to catch her red-handed and to put her on the jail. Alaya came back to the forest safely, and they already discussed everything on what would be discussed. It was the day of the meeting, and Silva was very happy as she expected that all Fred's property will be passed on to her. When Fred announced to whom he will pass his property, he mentioned Alaya, and Alaya suddenly appeared, and Silva was in deep shock. The police officer came inside as well with a warrant for Silva, and he brought her to the police station and they put her on jail. Alaya helped Mrs. C family and brought them in her house and treated them nicely.